Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Todd Smith, and I am the Health Officer for Better Today, Inc. I did an investigation recently, and I've been asked to do a presentation on my investigation. The accident that happened on June 11th at our Bay and Richmond Street branch. So in our today's presentation, what I'll be doing is I'll be going through the accident overview, the investigation highlights, what my findings were, and some of the recommendations that I'm going to make to help prevent this from happening again. And also, in the end, what I'll do is I'll do a summary of my finding, and then I'll open the floor for questioning. So I would appreciate if you could hold your questions till the end, and then we'll go through your questions at the end. Everybody will get a chance to have their questions addressed. So I'll start with my accident overview. The accident happened on June 11th. It happened during our near the closing time. The employees were adding additional weights to a flyweight machine, which is located in the middle of the gym. Based on the diagram, as you might see, the flyweight machine where the accident happened is located right in the center of our gym. The employees were stacking the weights, and 3 employees were involved. They were Ram, Chen, and Mark. They all sustained broken bones. The manager of the site was present at the time, and he took them to the hospital and was with them till they were discharged on the day. So this is the overview of the accident, what happened, and how many people were injured. I will now talk about what my findings were. The procedures for Better Today Inc. requires that all machines are to be inspected on a monthly basis. However, this particular machine was not done for the last 3 months. There was no inspection, no maintenance done. There was a worn-out pin that was not replaced, which eventually broke when the employees were loading extra weight. This is a photo of the broken pin at the site, and I also have a pin that is supposed to be what it's supposed to be when it's properly maintained. So I'll pass it around for everybody to look at. And during my investigation, I also interviewed the manager, who was the witness, and also the 3 injured employees. There was a similar investigation done on the same day by Ministry of Labor, and their report is about to be released soon, within the next couple of days. The 3 employees, Ram and Chen, they sustained broken legs, and Mark, he had a broken arm. Ram and Chen, they were kneeling down, so the weights fall on the leg, which caused the legs to have a simple fracture. While his Mark was standing up, and he got tripped on the falling weight, and what happened is he fell down and he broke his arm. They were all taken to the hospitals by the manager, and at the hospital plasters were applied to the injuries, and they were all sent home on the same day. So they were not kept overnight. They did not sustain life-threatening injuries. It was simple fracture and a compound fracture. They were given plasters and they were sent home. Ram and Chen, they will be returning work in 4 weeks. This is based on the latest findings from the doctor, report from the doctor. And Mark, who sustained a broken arm, he'll be returning in the next 3 months. However, we will not ask them to come back until we get approvals from our doctor, we get the clearance from their doctor, and also the WSIB board. So all the procedures will be followed. Also, what I found was, which was a little bit more disturbing, is that the measures that will prevent this accident from happening are not being followed. Most of the branch, particularly this branch, is not doing the maintenance on a regular schedule basis. There were 3 reasons that I found. Was one of them was time limitation. The employees are busy looking after the customers, and they don't have time to inspect. They are not properly trained. An employee is looking at the machine, inspecting the machine, but they don't know what they're looking for. And lastly, there's no standard procedures. A branch downtown is inspecting the machine differently than a branch uptown. I also found that the maintenance records are not being filed with the head office. There's no accountability, and what happens is the head office is not following up on missed reports. So there's a lack of controls in this, and so those are the major findings. Also, the branch was closed for the day, so we lost our revenue for a day, and we only opened it after we were receiving clearance from the Ministry of Labor, which was the same day I did the investigation and interviews. From my uh, investigation, I was able to come up with some recommendation that will help prevent this from happening again, and also somehow give us some cost savings. So one thing I would recommend is creating a central investigation body. What this central investigation body will be responsible for is they'll be inspecting and maintaining all our machines at all our branches, and they'll be located in our head office, and they'll be reporting directly to the VP of Operations. The second thing I would be recommending is creating a standard checklist. The standard checklist will help the central investigation body to inspect and maintain all machines evenly on a consistent basis. So machine downtown will be inspected the same way as a machine uptown. And then it will be signed off by the VP of Operations, so there will be some accountability to ensure that all machines are inspected and they are reviewed by the VP of Operations. Then lastly, what I would be recommending is creating a reuse parts procedures policy, where we will be decommissioning some machines, and by doing that we'll be taking their parts and storing them for future use. So in future, if a machine at a different location needs a part, we will not be buying a part. We'll be doing it. We'll be using the parts from our inventory. This will create saving in the long run. So these are my findings, and to summarize off what we discussed, what I have presented so far, the accident was purely caused by human error. Had they been maintaining the machine properly, had they inspected the machine, they would have found a broken pin and replaced that. There were 3 employees that were injured, and currently they are recovering well. They'll be returning to work soon, and before they do that, we get clearance from the doctors. We got clearance from Minister of Labour to continue our operation, and I also presented some 3 recommendations that will help increase our savings and also prevent any future accidents from happening. So basically, this covers my presentation, and I'll open the floor for any questions that you might have, and I thank you for your time. Thank you.